Hello and welcome to Words of Wisdom. Thank you very much for joining me. It is so lovely to be home. I've got the heating on, I'm warming up, my hands are frozen, I've got a nice hot drink. How are you guys? Are you in somewhere cold right now? The rain is freezing cold. The snow has started to melt, but it's this rain, and apparently we're getting more snow showers coming up. So, I don't know. But I wanted to come and join you guys and see how you are. I feel like today I had such wonderful guidance this morning. Real beautiful, understandable, resonated guidance of where I'm going and what I want from my life. And this Empress energy is still very strong, and I wanted to stay that way. I want to stay in that, where I know my boundaries and I know what it is that I want. And I think that's quite important to recognize. So I just wanted to share with you this sort of thought, knowing, I've been talking about a lot about us sort of getting to this final stages now. We've got this I feel like we're, the bridge, and if you can imagine this bridge, but we're literally 3/4 of the way along. And there's this last step, this last hurdle. Now, Spirit could bring this as a test, and a lesson that's, you're gonna recognize. I feel sure about that, because from my point of view, that's exactly what we've been working really hard on doing, isn't it? Learning our lessons and knowing that if we want change, we've got to change. We've got to do that. So I feel like I got this very strong message, and in the message when I was listening this morning, it was about sort of honoring yourself. And I woke up the other morning, and all I kept hearing in my mind was this download of I honor, I honor, I honor. So I honor me, I honor you, I honor, honor, honor. And I kept saying it and over, and I wrote down what I honor. And it was so important that I recognized that this morning about my Empress energy and honoring who I am now. So it's like you get to this best version of yourself, and do you honor yourself? Because I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to repeat cycles. I am fully into and invested in the fact that last year was that year of shedding. All the hurt and pain and all the lessons and everything the year before that, all over these last years, has culminated into now. And there's this final scenario. And if you're feeling that energy, then maybe this reading is for you. Maybe I'm for you. Maybe you and I are going to be connected because of it. But trust in what is being given to you. Trust in your guidance and signs and synchronicities. Because if you don't trust in that, and I had a very long conversation with my students this morning about that, trusting the process. And I kept saying to them the same thing: trust the process, because in this process you learn, you grow, you mature, you change. And that change is always going to be beneficial, because otherwise you'd stay where you were and there would be no benefit to that. And this is what we were talking about this morning. So I feel like that is our message today, that we're going to sort of resonate with, that Spirit is giving to me to give to you. So if you've come across this reading, get yourself a hot drink, sit down and relax. I don't know how long it will be. I have got our Inner Temple Oracle here ready for us, and that will be our sort of main frame card, or cards, depending how many come out, and that will be our guidance as we go. I was also called to get the Litho, which is Litho Tarot Oracle, so we're going with that as well. I just want to get our I've got this beautiful soul helper, oracle, so they are here to help us as well. This is to help us as well in our guidance. And then I have got my tarot, which is the beautiful Witch's Garden Tarot, and that has been calling for me for a couple of days, and I haven't really been listening, so I think it's quite important. The reason why I feel like the witch cards are guided to us at the minute is because we are, especially these ones, they're seasons, and we are at this end of the season, this winter solstice. You know, over the next coming weeks, it's that ending. And we're starting our new beginning. We're starting to see the growth now. We start to feel it. We start to have this energy of going forward and making changes in our life. Well, I'm certainly feeling it myself. So if you're not yet, perhaps something you hear today will inspire you, will motivate you, will suddenly you'll recognize that, oh yes, and it might really help in some way for your change. So I'm also just going to go with our beautiful Gaia chimes, if you don't mind. If you don't like the Gaia chimes, turn down the volume. Very nice. Thank you very much. So that was very beautiful. Very much centered the energy over the witch's light though. So I knew that was a reason why that called to us. So let us now get our runes. I haven't had our runes. Oh no. Before that, I want to read our message. I haven't looked yet, so I'm ready, turning it over with you guys. Clearing thorns and hacking through brambles, fear no hardships. Now, isn't that interesting? Because yesterday, that's exactly what I was sharing. If you listened to my reading yesterday, on my walk, and there was that great big tractor, and it was doing exactly that, hacking through the thorns and brambles and chopping down, and it was really stressing me. And then I managed to say to myself, all of that is just for the new, for the growth and what have you. Do you remember me saying that to you? So isn't that interesting? So fear no hardships. Have lofty aspirations. So interesting. So absolutely, we're clearing those last. Do you know, this is what I feel like. It's that last little hurdle, that last chopping through things, clearing out things, getting ready. I feel like we're going to come off that bridge, or we're going to climb to the top of that mountain, and we're going to be, yes, yes. So whatever picture you can feel in your mind, trust it. Trust that change. It's going to come for you. All right, so let us ask our runes to come out today. Oh, okay. Okay. So we have got our 4-leaf clover. So good fortune. We've also got very much on top of the life though oracle, we have got our beautiful lotus flower. And the lotus flower is so strong in energy right now because it is about that blooming. It is about that seeding and blooming. It is about transformation and change. So some good fortune for us, as well, of course, magic. We have our unicorns. And I'm just waiting for a unicorn oracle deck that was sort of called to me, and I ordered it, and it's been forever. So I think it's only coming next week. But I'm looking forward to seeing that, and I'll share that with you when that comes. But we've got our beautiful unicorns, and that is very magical. It's magic energy, but the unicorn energy as well can be very powerful, very strong. I feel like sometimes it's like riding that horse that is got, you know, that is really powerful, and you just know that any minute that horse could just take off with you, or it could just turn in a different direction. That's the energy of the unicorn. Okay, let's see what we've got. We've got Othala. Okay, so Othala is about family, about tradition, inheritance. So something about family could be a change. We have got Anzus and we have got Laguz. I think it's Laguz. Right, so let's have a little look at these. Laguz. Can't remember which way that goes. Okay, let's have a look. Let us have a look. Anzus. Anzus. Where are you? Does anyone watch Traitors? I'm watching Trade, and I'm just thinking about someone that, oh, it's Laguz. It is Laguz, isn't it? Looks a bit like Laguz. Let's have a look. Laguz is water flow intuition. And then, of course, we've got Othala, which is about tension between traditions you inherited. Okay, could also about the way things have always been in this ever-changing world. We need change. So heritage, but tradition, ancestral property, and Laguz, of course, about the water and the flow. So we do want to make sure that we have a beautiful intuition, unconscious psychic ability, feminine, and growth. Interesting how it's talking about being in this Empress energy then, and now it's sort of popped out. Oh, no, it's not Laguz. I'm lying to you. Hang on. It's Kenaz. Sorry, wrong one. Okay, Kenaz. They did say to me, no. Breakthrough. Okay, so light, heat, illumination, breakthrough, creative fire. So maybe this ancestral healing, something that you've broken through. You've broken through things that you know, it represents the light and the darkness as well as the warmth the fire provides. On a metaphysical level, this is also the light of knowledge and enlightenment. So there's been this breakthrough. Beautiful. And Zeus is about communication, wisdom, divine power, and a message. So maybe there's going to be this message, this news, this situation that's going to break through this old patterns, old way of healing. Remember I said to you, it's this final sort of dip, this final scenario, this final hurdle we've got to overcome. Final step, that's what it is. And I don't believe in any way, shape or form that we can't do it, that we're not strong enough for it. But it will be a test, and it's going to be an interesting one for you. You will be experiencing a breakthrough in some area of your life that has caused you confusion or anguish. Now, of course, you know I'm on that twin flame journey. I've had a hello, and I'm not I helloed, but no, I'm not, you know, whatever. I'm not interested. Interesting. Is that my breakthrough? Is this I absolutely recognize it's not going to work, is it? But the only way that I've drawn my line in the sand, I've drawn my boundaries, and it's very interesting that, you know, these old patterns, traditions, what you inherit, you can change, you can make a difference to your life. And sometimes it's hard to believe that, and sometimes you just got to trust. Just trust in the magic. I'm hearing trust in the magic. All right, okay. Right, so that's lovely. Let us now ask for our inner temple. I'm going to just speak my inner temple oracle attunement. I activate and step into my inner temple now, portal of my heart, home of my soul. Through the portal of my heart, I connect with my inner temple. Through each of my body's senses, I connect with my inner temple. Sacred below me, sacred above me, sacred around me, and sacred within me, I activate the wisdom and power that has always been deep within. May these cards deliver clear messages and reflections to me and all who use them for the highest interest of all. I am guided. I am led. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, activated, my friends, and you are using these with me. If you're sitting with me, then we will see what it is that we are getting as our guidance now. All right, I'm just going to have a little sip of my lovely hot tea. Okay, are we ready? Let us ask for our main card today for our guidance. What does Spirit would like us to know and help us with in terms of getting over this last stage, our guidance for this winter solstice, for this final piece, final step? What is our guidance? Okay, wow, we've got a bit. We have got Chamber of Power. Wow, we haven't had that one before. Or have we? And we might have had this, I feel like this is all our chakras all lit up. But this chakra here is especially big and especially bright. That is our root chakra. And it is grounded. It is that grounded root. It is that knowing. And when we've got anything to do with family, heritage, tradition, often it comes from those roots. So I feel like that's something that is illuminated, that we've changed. And maybe that is what's sending this beautiful energy straight up through our crown chakra at the top here. And this is what is illuminating for us. But we will read this. So this is going in our frame. Beautiful. The Chamber of Power. We've also got the Burning Rose. Now, the Burning Rose, if you remember, we've had this a couple of times. Now, this is about being angry and having anger within you, but transmuting that anger into a way in which it can help your shadow, help you come from the dark into the light. It's not wrong to be angry. It's not wrong to have those emotions. We can't always be happy and joyful, and sometimes it can be really, you can be really cross. And it's okay to do that. But the Burning Rose is here to tell us that, it's about the balance as well, isn't it? And we've got here our golden thread. And on our golden thread is something that we know is meant for us. It's going to be a knowing. It's going to be, when something sort of happens, you just think, wow, I knew that was going to happen. It was easy. It just happened. You don't have to figure anything out. That's your golden thread. That's what is coming down. And I feel with this Chamber of Power, this energy is lightened, stronger. It's enlightenment. It's knowing, and it's connecting to your life force energy. And that is what is important to recognize with the Burning Rose, because that is your life force energy as well. It's when it gets out of control and it becomes your ego and it becomes something that you wish you didn't do, then that's a different story. But when you use it to help you in some way, that is, it's fire, it's passion. I get very protective and I can have a lot of passion over people I love. And I will, fight tooth and nail for people that I love. We've also got the in-between. And again, I said to you, that's how I feel right now. Right, so let us now look at Chamber of Power and see what is the guidance for Chamber of Power. The Chamber of Power is an invitation to cultivate your inner strength, confidence and trust in yourself, to believe that you have a right to be here, to occupy your life, to invite your sacred soul to come all the way in. Yes, you're here for a reason, and your body is your sacred vehicle. Choose to occupy and cultivate your sacred power. You were born with it, and it's yours to own. Within you, you have everything you need to do whatever you're called to do. You hold the keys to your inner power. There's nothing you need to be other than who you already are. So often we learn to dim our light or water down our power in order to accommodate others or to fit in. But you didn't come here to fit in. No person did. So no matter what body is yours or what gifts you possess, no person is more worthy of power than you. And you're no more worthy of power than any other. Power isn't a finite resource. We can stand tall together. For too long, we've learned to turn against each other, to compete, shrink, or conquer others. We put others on a pedestal or attempt to stand higher than them in order to own our strength and our inner gifts. You hold the keys to your inner power, and you can open that door deep within you right now. If you were feeling empowered, what would you say or do? So I did talk about the Empress energy and feeling empowered and having that powerful stand and boundaries and what have you right at the very beginning. So that is where we're getting this idea of this final sort of stage. The golden thread, of course, we have had this out before. Where is it? The golden thread is your path of destiny. The golden thread holds the potential of all that was, is, and could be. The golden thread of your life is always available to guide you every step of the way towards your soul's deepest dream. The golden thread is woven throughout all your life experiences. It doesn't always make sense, but with some time and perspective, you can see its intricate weavings glistening back at you at the center of your life. It's never too late to follow the golden thread of your life, and you can never be too old. For the golden thread of your life is always within your reach. Whatever your soul is calling you to do will lead you to your golden thread. Whatever you most feel connected with the great spirit of life is where you'll find your golden thread. This card is here to remind you that your soul came here with a plan, a dream to be brought to life. It's time to say yes to that now. So then we have the burning rose, and remember I said to you it's about the idea of being angry. Your anger can be dangerous, but what you've got to remember is we don't repress things. We mustn't repress things. So use the anger, alchemize anger in positive ways, and using it to create rather than repress or negatively destroy. So the in-between, where's my in-between? Is endings hurtle us to the edge of our lives to the in-between. So again, we've got to this final stage, and this has been coming out a few times, and we can see here there's this guiding light. We're in this in-between stage, and I feel it very strongly when I look out and I see all the snow, and it's like everything's just waiting. And you know, clearing thorns and breaking through brambles. Fear no hardship, Spirit is saying. We don't need to fear anything. So there's often a letting go involved, and grief or mourning, a death of self or what once was. This card is one of endings, transitions, and new beginnings. So the same here. We have communication, we have flow, we have new beginnings, we have changes. And while I was busy on a pause because my phone rang, I wanted to just give you some other insight, if I can find what I'm looking for. Ura's rune actually jumped out at me. And the Ura's rune fell on the floor. And that is about strength, health, power, energy, endurance, and creative force. So there it was, that power, that creative force, that change. That's where we are at right now with this in-between. You know, the chamber of power. And Ura's rune is linked to the chamber of power. So I thought that was very strong message from Spirit to say we have got to maintain that. Okay, this is the change that we've been asking for. And it will come. And it's going to come in a very beautiful way, I'm hearing. A very beautiful way. Because we deserve that, don't we? All right. Let us get a bit more guidance. The golden thread. Oh, wow. Okay. The burning rose. Butterflies. Transformation. Here in the unknown, you will find the essence of who you really are and what magic awaits. The in-between. In the unknown, you will find your magical essence. Transformation. Summer berries. Be wary of picking your harvest too early and risking losing the sweetness of it all. So very important to just, I feel like, as I said to you, this winter period, this winter solstice, everything is, we're here, we're at this in between. You can't force anything. You don't want to chase anything. You need to wait and let the energy and this stay in your power. Don't let something knock you off your path. I said the same thing to the students today. You know, I was saying, trust the process. Don't let other students knock you off your path. Trust in your process. Very important part of your learning and your growth right now. And finally, we've got the mermaid. Let the allure of the mystical siren seduce your curiosity. Magic awaits. And I said to you, we have magic on the table. This is a very magical time. I feel this energy, this power of magic. So allow this to bring in for you everything that you need right now. I'm going to read that to you, the mermaid. Number 24. There are many legends about the mythical sea creature known as the mermaid. Among them, there's the alluring call of her song, said to enchant sailors so she can drag them to the bottom of the ocean, never to be seen again. The assumption is that she drowns them in the sea, but what if something much more magical and fantastical is happening? Maybe she opens up a whole new world that only the few who are brave enough to follow the call will be able to experience. So it's about, embracing those desires for yourself, The things you are attracted to are not a mistake or flights of fancy. They represent things that are meant for you and hold the key to more happiness, your purpose, and ways to live your best life. Beautiful. It can be scary to follow a passion, not knowing what waits for you on the other side. But the best things in life are often the things that scare you the most, yet make you want to dive in. Fantastic. So clearing those thorns, clearing and hacking through. You don't need to fear any hardship with this. You're being guided. Look at the mermaids. The mermaids in water. It's a flow. You can see they're being, look, flow. This is the energy. This is what it's telling you. Butterflies, number 2. Pay special attention to synchronicities and dreams as they are appearing to get your attention. They are confirmation that what is happening is meant for you, and you should continue to follow the threads, the golden threads. Continue. That's why you're listening to me. That's why you came across this video. There's some sort of guidance, and I get my guidance from source, and I channel it and put it together and allow on my magic table, and I create this for you. So you haven't come across this for nothing. There's a reason for it. This card is validation of a desire to make a significant life change. It means yes when asking yes or no questions. So significant life change. Is this for me? So be aware of that. Summer berries, number 34. And I feel like, ripening, sweetness, maturity, you see? So it's time. I feel like, summertime is a beautiful time when everything is being harvested. We go through spring where everything is growing. You're on the right path, but it will take more time before you reach your desired outcome. This is why we're in this in-between. All right. A garden requires you to be watchful of weeds and pests and brambles and thorns. You need still some sort of clearing. But you are being guided with this. Accept this in the process, and accept that this is the process and it is out of your control. Things will progress in the proper time, and any attempts to speed things along could leave you with undesirable results. When this card appears, you can trust that you are safely working towards your long-term goal and will find success. It may take longer than you'd like, but nevertheless, it will happen. And it was on page 122. So 2-2 is about balance and duality and union and really just going with that harmony. And that's really this golden thread, finding your balance, finding what it is that you're being guided to do. And at the minute, it might be to rest, or it might be to clear out something. But you will know. You will know what is calling you. You will know. All right, so the soul helper, let us ask for our guidance for this beautiful on the deck guidance. We've got our in-between stage. As I said, right in the very beginning, we're in that moment, that last final step. Can we have guidance, please, from our soul helper oracle? Beautiful. There's one. Let's see if we can get three. Whoop. Okay, we've got some more here, and we have one on the floor by my doggy. Sorry, Lulu. All right, so we have got the time of guilt and shame ends now. Forgive yourself and begin to love yourself just as you are. Okay, so if there's something that you're a little bit worried about, you know, sometimes shame and guilt can be something that has been, you haven't cleared your thorns and your brambles, you know, and it could be about forgiveness and just saying to somebody, I'm really sorry. I should never have done that. And it's fine. You know, I know that somebody comes to me and says, I'm really sorry. I'll listen to the sorry, you know, and I'll choose whether I accept it or not. And the same, if I feel I've done something wrong, I'll say I am sorry. And it's important to feel like that, because then this guilt, the time of guilt and shame must end. Clear it out. Your deepest desires can constrain you. Let them go to clear your mind. So maybe something that you really have been desiring for so long, manifesting. Do you know, for years I asked for true love. What did I get? A twin flame journey, which is all about this change. So because of that, I've got to change how I see true love, what I want from true love. I thought someone had to come and rescue me. I had to rescue myself. That's my experience. So there could be something that you've always asked for, whether it was money or love or a new car or a new job. Think of it in a different way. It's stopping you. So open up to, I just accept that whatever's meant for me will be for me, and that fortunate opportunity will come when it's meant to be for me. I accept that. Happy. Thank you. You know, and you immediately shift something. You always shift a dynamic. Protect what you love. Protect yourself, I'm hearing. Spirit wants you to protect you, especially on this. So guilt and shame ends now. So protect yourself. Protect what you love. Protect who you are. Don't change that for anyone. You know, stand in that power right now, the chamber of power. This is who you are. You are caught up in drama. Act to free yourself, change and blossom again. So shifting something, you can easily change, you know, and just reflecting on something and knowing that, you know what, I don't feel guilty or shame anymore. I forgive those. If they can forgive me, that will be great. I don't need to stay stuck anymore. I can go with this flow. I can allow this change to come to me. I'm going to read that one. With the drama, number 40. Act to free yourself, change and blossom. Realizing that we are responsible for the prisons we create for ourselves. So possibly this guilt and shame has been a prison that you've created for yourself that you didn't need to do. It's part of the journey. Maybe this is where anger needs to come out. Maybe you need to be really angry with the person that's put this guilt and shame on you, and just let it go, change it to say, wow, that was a great release. I'm really grateful that I've learned this. You know, I'm really grateful it's come about. You are now strayed far from the path of your soul. You have become lost in sadness, careless of yourself, neglecting your true needs, feeling sorry for yourself. You've drawn this card because a great opportunity awaits you. Choose to take it now. It is up to you. The ball is in your court. Recognizing that there is a gift, a great chance ready for the taking if in everything. You and you alone are responsible for your life, your happiness, and for how difficult or otherwise you make your life. Resist the temptation to ask friends, colleagues, or neighbors for advice. So again, be wary of picking your harvest too early. Sometimes with people giving you advice, it almost feels like you've got to control something because of it. And that could be a problem for you because it could take you off that path. Take a look at your life and how it feels. Find the germ of change within you, the spark of wonder, lightness, and emotional balance. 2. Take action. Start to change things. It does not really matter what you change, but make a start. Begin with yourself or your home. Once you do so, the paralysis that has been holding you captive in your own drama will be broken. You don't need this drama anymore. To conform is to die inside. You don't need to change yourself for anyone. You have the power to be who you need to be. Okay, you can step up to that very easily now. We're in that in-between, that final hurdle. So something might be coming along that will do that test for you. And you'll then be like, So let's ask Spirit to give us a bit more guidance on what is this drama? What is this situation, the time of guilt and shame? Guilt and shame and drama. What is this, please? Could we have some detail? Just see if we can help. They've jumped out on top of the guilt and shame card. And we have got the 3 of Wands. Okay, so there's the 3 of Wands. I'm going to put that down there, but I want to see what these are as well. So we have the Sun, which is happiness, which is yes, time. It's on, it's on your golden thread for some reason. Happiness. And we have the King of Swords. Okay, so the King of Swords and happiness. I want to just pay attention. Look at the blues. Sort of this winter feel. And we've got a white owl here as well. Very wintry feel. So protect what you love. Take this time. Love you, I'm hearing. But the Sun card has come out and the 3 of Wands. So let us just have a little look at the Sun. Sun is obviously major arcana. Don't know where it is because I can't read Roman numerals, so I often get a little bit world. Okay, star there, the Sun, right? Manifestation. Brimming light and solar glare shows us what was always there. Brimming health, laughter, fun comes rushing in with brilliant sun. Okay, so the time of guilt and shame ends now. Forgive yourself and begin to love yourself just as you are. Protect what you love, okay? So we know that the Sun card is about abundance, love, joy, excellent health, heart chakra, expansion, exuberance, and destiny. And it's very funny how it's right there with the golden thread. This is your destiny card. We got destiny life path the other day, didn't we? And this came out with that. So, you don't need to feel guilty or shameful for wanting something more or different. That is somebody's put that into you. All right. So trust in this pathway. This is manifestation. This is something that's coming for you. And it's going to be very beautiful, very joyous. Our King of Swords. He is a very intellectual, strong king. You can see him sitting there. Now the sword is upright, okay, and he's sitting there with the book open, with owl and book, with sword and crown. The veil parts at sundown. To be clear, you can ask anything of heirs kind and ruling king. So, you know, it came out on top of this guilt and shame and protect your love. So what is it that you want, you know, to be guided with? What is it that's happening here? So it could be deadlines are met, bold thinking should be applied, look into new and far-reaching directions, stand in your power, speak your mind. So there is a very clear message here in this in-between. You don't need to feel guilt and shame for being who you are, for talking, speaking up. Okay, you don't need to have advice from other people. You have got it all. Fear no hardships. You know this. Okay, you can do this. And then the Three of Wands. Our Three of Wands is ritual. Okay, moonlight powers. Moonlight pours across the skin, and knowledge magic thrives within. Triple fire lights the night. Send your wish. Call forth tonight. So, you know, the mermaid, let the allure of the mystical, the magic awaits. It came out, and I put it down with the butterflies, with the unknown and magic. So the mermaid as well. So magic in action, setting your ships out to sea, creativity and advancement, believing in yourself, strength in the self, the poetic trinity of the self, universe and unseen mystery merge into the active magic, and manifestation of personal action and intention. So you don't need to be caught up in this anymore. You are ready for this change. It's magically happening for you. It's meant to be for you. You know, this deep desire that you've kept on and on, it's going to look very different. It needs to change in some way. Okay, beautiful manifestation. Anything else? Let's just see if there's anything else. Caught up in the drama I was just looking at. And we've got this final card, which is the Two of Swords. So you're going to have a choice. This is our final hurdle. There will be a choice. How are you going to see with it, your blindfold on? How are you going to trust? Okay, protect yourself. Stand in your power. I'll read this to you. The Two of Swords. Cross your heart, hope not to die. Stick a thistle in your eye. Advice to all, go, stay away. Swords keep acid thoughts at bay. So the secret of this card is how to raise protective shields. Protect yourself. Look, protect what you love. So there's a secret here. There is a little bit of guidance here from spirit. She will not wound anyone who wishes to aid her, yet her decision must be made alone. The Two of Swords marks the private contemplation of the self. So heed your inner voice. Don't get advice from other people. This is your decision. This is your golden thread. I'm hearing this is a very important message for me as well, because I know something is coming and I need to heed my message. Draw from experience. A choice appears that only you can make. Inner sanctum of thought. Block distraction. Step away from others. Protect the heart. So protect what you love, your heart space. Don't be going and accepting anything less. Believe that you deserve what you deserve, because you are the Empress. You are here as the Empress. And if somebody can't align with you, if they can't step up with you, if they are no longer needed, cut those brambles, okay? Because the new growth can come through. When spring comes about, we have this beauty. I'm going to ask our cosmic insights if they can, what is this choice? Can you give us some detail on the choice, please? Spirit? What is this choice? All right. Well, we have a choice, something that you've manifested. All right. Very clear. We've had that already. Tell the universe exactly what you want. So stepping into your powers, being honest, there could be a divorce scenario. So it could be that there is something about a separation, a split. All right. So definitely intimacy, something about sexual chemistry, reminiscing. There could be something about, you know, someone coming with very clear, could be intimacy, but I'm trying to think about it from a point of view of maybe, you know, the shame and guilt could be something that, you know, you've got to decide. Do you want to continue feeling like that or take another option? If you change or see things differently or let the allure of magic will change something. I'm hearing the deepest desires change. Okay, and then it becomes very, if you remember in the very beginning, I was saying about something that happens quite naturally and you all of a sudden go, oh, wow, how did that happen? That was so easy. That's what I'm trying to get to. We've also got commitment. Things are getting serious, but we also have narcissist, but it's in a reversal state. Now, and no, I don't like this word, but it's someone who's a bit full of themselves. So this is why Spirit is saying to you or me, saying very clearly, don't take other people's viewpoint. This is something you need to know. So there could be somebody in your energy that has their own best interest at heart and won't help you in some way, and you've been manifesting this. They could have been the ones that have stopped this desire. They could be the ones that you can be a little bit angry at now. Okay, change that viewpoint and come out being committed to yourself. But somebody could offer you intimacy and commitment. And that would be this magic, you know. You can see these two, this mermaid has taken this man with her, you know. So on the other side, something you can't yet see, it's in your inner knowing. It's magical. There's something very magical that's going to be presented to you. And you need to trust in that. Trust in this. Tell the universe exactly what you want when you want to manifest. By just standing in your power. I do not want somebody that's going to come full of themselves and, you know, and it's going to be the same thing again. I don't want that. Somebody could be a water sign. You could be a water sign. So Pisces, Scorpio. And that came over this sort of area where the narcissist is in a reverse. So somebody might have presented as this type of person. And in a reversal, they come in very different. They're looking very different. You know, you're manifesting somebody, but it's commitment and intimacy that you're going to find, a confession. So there it is. Someone wants to tell you something. So that could be your decision. When you hear what you hear, know what you know. I'm seeing the angel card, Vanessa. Whatever you do, go with what feels right for you. What brings you closer to your divine purpose and what takes you further away. That is the choice. That is where you are going to make a very important decision. And that is your final, I feel that's your final. You'll be at the top of that mountain or across that bridge. That will be your new. You've got to trust in that. Definitely. Somebody who was a liar. Okay, again, it came out in a reversal. So be careful of someone who's been a bit sneaky. So again, you know, is this why you feel like that? Do I do this or don't I do this? What is this? Still a confession. It's still at the bottom. And I've been shuffling. So there's definitely, you might want to hear somebody out. Okay. But it's going to be quite magical. You know, it's going to make something very change for you, but be wary of picking your harvest too early and risk losing the sweetness of it all. So you need to... Something about gambling, finance problems, addictions, that's in a reverse as well. So you might have somebody confessing that to you. They will change. They'll be very different. Anyway, you will see. You will see. Spirit's not giving me anything more now. You will see. Take what resonates for you. Yeah, no card is in reverse and rebirth. So those are two cards as I was putting back that went, have me, have me. So I hope that has resonated with you. If you've liked this, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe or share or make a comment. Love to hear from you always. If you're ready to hear this, you will have heard this, and I thank you for listening. And I wish you a beautiful evening. I'll see you again soon.